You know, VRChat has a lot of worlds to go to thanks to some awesome world creators that put a lot of time and commitment into their creations. No matter what kind of person you are, there's always going to be something for you. Adventuring, hangouts, games, and those worlds. So today, I would like to share some of my favorite worlds that I have enjoyed throughout my time playing VRChat, and hopefully some of these places could pique your interest or maybe be added to your favorites list. These worlds are not category specific because I want to give some variety into this list. Let's not waste any more time, shall we? What an intro to start us off. This is Space War 2. If you're a fan of sci-fi or perhaps spaceship dogfights, this place has got what you may be looking for. You're dropped in immediately with a war happening right in front of you amongst the stars, and everywhere there are flying ships, lasers firing in all directions, plus a killer song to go with it. This place is mainly an aviation world, which means even though you can see a lot of flying ships happening around me, especially behind me, you can also fly one of these yourself. They have ally and enemy ships to pilot if you're into aviation dogfighting, or if you just want to casually fly around in the middle of the fight. Just be careful flying around, because you wouldn't want to run into any ships that are happening to pass by. I'm still working on my flying skills though. What's VRChat without club worlds, huh? They're everywhere because there are tons of people that want to party and dance the night away, but one that stood out to me the most is Secret Springs. This place is surrounded by waterfalls and cozy water structures. Down various pathways you can find private rooms, little hangout spots, and of course, a bar. But the main attraction is the club area, where you can dance and take the stage and put on music with pipes everywhere with water traveling inside them. Another big area is the pool, with 3 different deep levels and a small cave area as well. There are also chairs for you to kick your feet back and enjoy yourself. Some of my favorite kind of places to visit are underwater worlds, and one of those that I happen to like very much is Submerged. Before I continue, if you're someone who has thalassophobia, a fear of dark areas, or doesn't like intense jump scares, I would probably be careful visiting here. I'll explain it a bit. Before you begin, you have a warning screen telling you what the ride will contain. You then have the option to select one of the 4 seats inside the submarine that you will embark in, and once you're inside, you cannot get out. Upon takeoff, it will take you on a journey in an ocean to retrieve a black box deep in the water near a destroyed site. It's a slow-moving submarine, which will take about 30 minutes to reach the end, but you can take in the scenery around you as you venture in the water with loads of fish and places to see. Later on, you then travel into very deep waters where the sun stops shining, and then this is where the uncomfortable stuff starts happening. Like this. Okay, I won't spoil the rest, but overall, it is quite a cool place to visit as you sit there and watch everything happen around you. This world is a few years old, so there may be some things that may not work properly or may not look as good, but it has held up quite nicely after all this time, in my opinion. Worlds that give me such a wow feeling are everywhere, but one of them that stood out to me is the Light of Digital Hope. This world is in a series of others where they have their own story and lore within them, made by the same creator, but out of all of them, I'll go over this one right now. You start inside of an elevator which takes you down into a hallway where you meet a strange machine in the distance, which is on the rise to exploding. After waiting a bit, there's a button you can press to start the detonation, and afterwards, you can watch what happens to the machine. Watching your surroundings fall apart and seeing all the light effects going everywhere really tells you how much care went into this place. There's a hallway to the left after you exit the elevator where you can fly planes and soar out to see the machine up close if you like, whether it be completely brand new or if it's destroyed. Another thing to note is you are extremely small compared to the scale of this world. It's a pretty amazing place to watch everything unfold around you. If you're looking for some places to relax and hang out with your friends, let me introduce you to Echo Echo. Located in space, inside a ship, there are many rooms for you to be in if you want to watch videos, chill on a bed, or be in a kitchen area. This also has a lot of interactable objects you can hold on to, like bottles and plushies for your needs. It's even got some fish and an aquarium in a couple of places to make it look even more pleasing to the eye. There's not really that much else to say about this place, other than it's just a really nice place to chill and relax in. Something a bit more fancy and lively is the Olympus Lounge. In here, you have some places to sit around, in round tables, normal tables, or maybe you can have a few drinks at the bar upstairs. And of course, the biggest eye catcher is the poker table. A fully interactable and fully playable poker table to play anything from standard poker to blackjack. There's even a lot of different music albums to pick from to suit the vibes of what the world is giving you or what you want to make it feel like. You can pick from lo-fi albums to classy saxophone music as well. Exploring underwater worlds is quite beautiful, and one of those is Light in the River. Upon arriving, it puts you straight into the underwater landscape surrounded by various rocks and swimming fish all around. And if you look up, you can see the surface. This makes you feel like you are inside a small river. Further exploring, you can find different resting areas like pillows and small blankets. The general feeling of this place to me is somewhere that I can let things go and take in the atmosphere. The colorful landscape and just being underwater amongst the fish is something that you have to see for yourself. I can go on and on about how amazing this place is, but I don't want to repeat anything that I've already said. You should check this place out. I think it's great. If you like arcades and love video game references and cartoons back in the 2000s, then let me introduce you to Bandits Arcade. A good place that is very vibrant. It resembles an arcade hangout complete with playable arcade machines and snacks like pizza and soda cans. Just like a lot of these hangout worlds, there are rooms such as private rooms, a shooting range, and if you're one of those people, there's a kitchen. But there is a special room called the Video Dome Room. Although I would be very careful walking inside this room because there are screens everywhere, and I mean everywhere. From the floor and the very structures inside that will cause epilepsy if you're not careful. Other than that, arcade places like these are fun to visit, and this one is really worth checking out. I always have a soft spot for 8-bit games and art styles, so I happened to stumble across this lovely place called 8-Bit Vacation Bay. The main thing you will see upon entering is the many pedestrians walking on the sidewalk and the many buildings you can go onto. On the right hand side, you have a chill area with a pixelated bar. On the right below, it is a business building with a desk and a meeting area on the second floor. And for the main buildings you can walk inside that has numbers on top of the doors, they're all the same, but it has an incredibly vibrant but very bright living space with chairs, couches, and a bathroom and a kitchen area. If you keep going upstairs, you will find a DJ set with a dance floor if you feel like dancing during the day, if you're one of those people. One of the main attractions here is the beach area, where you can find your usual umbrellas and towels on the sand, plus there's a small ice cream stand over there. To be honest, I could just stay here for a while, jamming out to these 8-bit tracks. If you're someone like me who grew up in the 2000s, you might have remembered the times where we played with Hot Wheels and thought that cars are cool. There's also a movie I binge watched a lot during this time, and that's Hot Wheels Highway 35 World Race. This movie had awesome cars, likable characters, good animation for its time, and amazing locations. You know, this is good and all, but I have discovered something that I could only imagine in my dreams, and that is to drive my favorite cars from the movie here in VRChat. The main area you spawn in is what Dr. Peter Tesla calls
the Handler Proving Ground,
which has the team leader cars and a second floor, which is the room where the Wheel of Power is stored. Outside the
Handler Proving Ground,
every car from the movie is present, and you can drive them inside the same portal from the movie. They all feel the same with options and features, but one of my favorite things is I can do this.
Whoa, check it out!
Once you enter the portal, you drive in the very first track from the movie, and it's an exact replica. This track exists from a different dimension of our own, a dimension that you won't see until the race begins. There's a loop, the long jump, which you need to pick up speed for, and a volcano you drive into with pouring lava near the bottom of the track. Near the end is the speed gate, which boosts you back into the hub area. The driving mechanics take some time to get used to, and any small bump or collision will send you flying or stop dead in your tracks. But getting past all of that, you can witness the atmosphere and feeling of this racetrack just to see what it was like to race in the movie. And while you're at it, make sure you reach 300 miles an hour to enter the portal. So those are some worlds that I have enjoyed visiting and discovering. Hopefully this gives you something new to visit and, enjoy for yourselves as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.